This is a sad day for a lot of us, not just those of us who went to Brandeis where this is happening, but across higher education. People who care about the fate of the arts should care about what's happening at Brandeis. This is not a small school. This is not some kind of little tiny institution that has a hard time keeping the lights on. This is an R1 research institution with a $1.2 billion endowment. That is to say, their endowment is approximately the size of the GDP of Grenada. They have more money than some countries, and yet they're claiming, for economic reasons, they're shutting the doors of these PhD programs in favor of STEM, in favor of the sciences. I would hope that I would care as passionately about this, even if I didn't have this expensive piece of paper. And not just a piece of paper. I'm very proud of getting my master's in composition from Brandeis. I wouldn't be who I am, where I am, or what I am without the experiences that I had at Brandeis and in Waltham, even if 2/3 of my master's was on Zoom. This is an institution with a long and storied history of music. They make a lot of hay out of their connections to Copland and Bernstein and Irving Fine. They named their festival the Creative Arts after Bernstein. That's where Trouble in Tahiti was premiered. It's where, I believe, All Set by Milton Babbitt was premiered. A whole laundry list of great pieces. They have one of the best electroacoustic studios I've ever been in. It's the room of Alvin Lucier's I Am Sitting in a Room. They've done so much with so little because they've constantly been underfunded. They are only able to take in 1 to 3 PhD students per year. And I will tell you that the faculty there on the composition side, Eric Chaslow, David Rakowski, Yue Chang, Aaron Gee, have busted their butts making that program a destination both nationally and internationally for students who are serious about composition. It has that kind of reputation. It's one of their best programs. I'm not just saying it's one of the best programs. I know it is because an 18-month internal review at Brandeis, where they looked at all their PhD programs, they came to the conclusion that the musicology and composition PhDs were at or very near the top of every single one of their metrics. And they're cheap to run. They're switching to a focus on the sciences at their 75th anniversary while they use Leonard Bernstein's name and image to promote the arts. What arts? I mean, they're still keeping around the undergrad programs in the music building, and apparently they're not laying off the faculty or the Lydian String Quartet, but, well, these are the programs that put and kept that school on the map in terms of music. And it's a sad day. It is a sad day. And there are things that you and I can do. I, as an alum of Brandeis, have signed an open letter to the Brandeis administration, specifically the president, the provost, and the dean of the Graduate School of Arts and Sciences, imploring them to reconsider. Brandeis punches well above its weight in terms of placing its graduates in tenure-track positions. Again, they have very little to go on in terms of money, but they're able to make every single dollar that they get count. There's no reason they need to be getting rid of this program. If you're affiliated with Brandeis, if you have been in any way, I don't care if you got your master's or did your undergraduate there in some other field, it doesn't matter. If you have Brandeis connection, you want to read this open letter, and if you agree with its sentiments, sign it. The provost needs to understand that the R1 status of Brandeis and its reputation and even alumni dollars are at stake with this decision. If you are not affiliated with Brandeis in any way, but you're in music in some capacity, then it's worth also reading this letter and in a different place also signing it if you agree. Because this is a decision that doesn't just affect Brandeis. It affects music in higher ed across the board, across the country and even across the whole world. This needs to, if not be stopped, and I dearly hope it can be stopped, but even if it's not, it is worth putting up the biggest stink that we can. Because this is not, I mean, I wish I could say Brandeis was the only school doing this, but they're not. And they won't be the last to try. But if we make enough of a stink, maybe we can convince the next school not to shut their music program down if they're thinking about it.